Sarah Smith, a Kiwi, right? Project coordinator for
New Zealand Trade and Enterprise.
And organiser for the rugby. Is that right? World Rugby Visit?
Rugby Stars in New York, which happened at Sachi and Sachi with Michael Jones, Frano Bodica and Tawara Nika.
Big names, big men. What was the main aim of that?
The main purpose was to raise awareness about youth rugby and the development of youth rugby in the US, and for AUT University, which underwrote the event, to raise funds so that we could identify 2 New York City high school students to send them back to New Zealand on rugby study scholarships next year.
Right, and how are you going to identify those kids?
Well, we use the Play Rugby USA program, which is directed by Mark Griffin. It's a fantastic program measuring academic success, attendance and leadership and teamwork on the field.
Oh, what about bicep circumference and all that kind of thing?
No.
I think, look at those guys, sound like you had to have some physical presence.
They call them the Tongan torpedo. And I don't know if you've seen Tongans, and when Tongans and Samoans hit, you go 200 miles at each other, then someone's got to go backwards. It was normally me. So.
The aim with those guys, yeah, they're big and they're really funny too, but I think they're just really inspirational role models for our youth.
Right.
And when we introduced them to a bunch of kids from PS 93 in the Bronx the day before, we went to the Good Morning America show. These kids were just so delighted and over the moon to meet these rugby stars. They all got Rugby World Cup balls, they were autographed by the stars, and then we were surprised when Denzel Washington was a special guest and he came out, he noticed the kids right away, came up to them, signed their rugby balls, stayed, posed for photos, ended up doing an impromptu haka.
We'll find those balls on eBay, I'm sure. But anyway, thinking about it, it's like, is it likely to be a girl? Do you think a girl?
Absolutely, the potential is for boys and girls, and right now the Play Rugby USA program spans, both genders and a range of ages in the public high school system, so it's a really fabulous program. All these kids have been playing rugby for a number of years already, so it's just great that we can actually offer this opportunity to inner city kids from New York to go to New Zealand, spend 6 to 8 weeks there playing rugby, learning about our culture, studying over there, training with some of the best coaches in the world. It's really great. It's a life-changing experience.
So we're talking, just for the people who are rugby neophytes here, rugby union, rugby league.
Right.
You just distinguish the difference.
There's a certain set of game rules that are different on the field, but the concept is very much the same. New Zealand is both. We have a very strong rugby union presence and a very strong rugby league presence. Our Kiwis did us proud on the weekend and bet the Australian rugby league team.
Oh, really?
Last week. Sorry.
Let's see if they beat them at Aussie rules. That would be something different.
I'm not sure if we have a team for that.
Right, so you represent both streams of rugby.
Yes, there's a focus on rugby union, and the Rugby World Cup, which will be hosted in New Zealand next year, is rugby union. But we've had a lot of support from our rugby league icons as well, such as Tawara Nika, who came to New York last week. He was actually here to run the New York Marathon, but he decided to extend his stay and support our events as well.
Fantastic.
So while the Rugby World Cup is focused on rugby union, we are getting a lot of support from the rugby league players as well, which is really great.
Right, you're promoting not just rugby but New Zealand as well.
Absolutely. There is a 2011 Business Club which is created so that businesses in New Zealand and people with business interests who are coming to New Zealand can connect.
Right.
And they can partake in different festivals that are happening around the Rugby World Cup. So in between a lot of the major games next year, we'll have these festivities. One will be focused on F&B, food and beverage.
Lamb chop girl, quick grab one.
I owe everything to spaghetti.
One will be on agritech, one will be on the marine sector, one on aviation. So it's a really great opportunity for people who like rugby or who love New Zealand for them to come down, but to also explore some business opportunities while they're there.
It seems like New Zealand wouldn't need any help because every man and his dog, his poodle in New York, wants to go to New Zealand with the Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. Is it right? I mean, is there like more people wanting to go than you have room?
There are a lot of people that are opening up their homes and there are a lot of hotels that are being developed so that we will have enough space to accommodate people because we do expect an influx almost 100,000 people, about 85,000 visitors next year for the World Cup.
Like I said, I know a lot of people just want to move there, like already.
Right.
And is it hard to move to New Zealand?
There are certain processes that you have to follow, and there are different avenues you can take. It depends on what you're going to bring to the country.
That's right. I think perhaps if you're good at kicking a ball, be a good angler right now. Okay.
I think the All Blacks are looking pretty good though.
They are. Well, I was told that rugby union is, what is it? It's the barbarian sport played by gentlemen. Is this actually true?
I think it's pretty accurate.
And the rugby league is what? The gentleman sport played by barbarians? No.
Not sure if I should comment on that.
No, okay. Did you raise a lot of money for that?
We actually did. We raised 29,000 and after expenses 23,000. So what we'll be doing is sending 2 high school children to New Zealand next year, and we'll also be creating 2 player coach exchanges between New Zealand and the US, which is really great. And that's all being organised by Play Rugby USA and AUT University.
Fantastic. Well, I guess we'll see iPhone apps and all kinds of things. Eventually for these people. Yeah, and watch out gridiron, right?
Yeah.
Rugby's coming.
That's right. No pads.
No pads.